Hi, Majbritt.
Hi, Sabrina.
And hello, everyone. Thank you for watching another episode of Eventprofs together at home. I'm Sabrina Myers from Hot Hospitality Exchange, and my lovely guest today is Majbritt. And we met not too long ago at IBTM in Barcelona last year, and we had a really interesting and fun conversation. And since then, I've been watching her online and on all social media platforms. And I'm super excited that she's joining the chat today. So I'm going to hand it over to Majbritt, who's going to give a little introduction on who she is, what she does, where she is, and how the situation is at the moment. So over to you.
Well, I'm Majbritt Sandberg. I am an event professional. Normally, I would have told you this whole story about the event industry, but honestly, right now at the moment, I am an entrepreneur. I am an activist. I use the skills that I have to navigate in these uncertain times. The reason why I tell you I'm an entrepreneur is because I started my own business 25 years ago. And throughout that, I've been experiencing some perfect storms. And right now, I believe that's what we are in, a perfect storm where you don't have a compass, or you think you have a compass. It changes like direction every day. My focus is on the experience industry. I am passionate about knowledge sharing, learning, all the things that are not really sexy, but when you come down to the core, it's about connecting people. It's about putting people together that have a drive and a passion. So that is actually my commitment to the industry, is to expand it with a lot of knowledge, but in a fun way, connecting people. So that's a little bit about myself. Of course, as you can already tell, I am a woman of many words. So Sabrina, please stop me when it gets out of I will stop myself too.
To put it in a more generic term, what is your day job?
My day job is that I co-own and I have just co-founded an event agency with a focus on activations, that is brand activation and learning design. We opened the agency, like opened the doors on at the end of February. And so honestly, combining all our skill set and clients, it's been a rocky road. I mean, from opening that industry, that agency in an industry that suddenly just closed, it's normally very, very open and welcoming doors.
And you obviously are very involved with MPI. That's correct.
Of course, I am the president as well of MPI Scandinavia. It fits to my personality that I love to share knowledge, and what better way to do that within the industry. MPI has across the globe 17,000 members, and right now one of my jobs or obligations is to juggle all of the challenges that the members have, finding ways, solutions to help them, because I need to cater different needs for different, the planners in MPIs. We have planners, we have suppliers, and we have students. So it is if you ask me what my day job was, it would be to juggle. That's what I do every day.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of you viewers will find that you're juggling as well. It's just different things we juggle throughout the day.
Absolutely. But how have you set yourself up at home? Are you working from a specific, do you have an office? Are you more of a free spirit that you move through the house? Or, how is it go? And are you still following sort of the same hours that you used to work?
I am. I have this strategy that I followed from day one. I get up at 6:30. That might be half an hour later than normally. I get up at 6:30. I exercise, still have that wonderful cup of coffee, and I start tackling the world. Have implemented, of course, a few breaks. Honestly, Sabrina, if you can see a little chocolate around my mouth, the kids were just making chocolate chip cookies. Yesterday it was pancakes. So when we talk about habits, it's like, of course. It's this time for a little extra of everything. But I have my office at home. I normally work a little bit from home when I need quiet and peace. but I try to be structured.
And you are based in Copenhagen, in Denmark?
I'm based in Copenhagen, and I work at a huge co-working facility where I have my own office, but with 300 other people that I miss every day. Going to lunch, having coffee, that it's a creative office hotel. And I mean, sure, damn, do I miss that banter, that coffee talk? I sure do. But I try to find the satisfaction of drinking virtual coffee.
Are you alone at home?
I am the proud mother of 2 teenagers.
Oh, wow.
When I said juggle, I am too now a teacher. I mean, sometimes I'm a finance teacher, sometimes I'm a science teacher, and actually, honestly, my best friend at the moment is Google, because when the kids ask me something, I realize, well, it's been a few years since that math test,
Absolutely.
So I mean, that is one of my major challenges, is actually juggling being a teacher and a mom as well. And also, one of the things that I reflected on is also being a motivational coach. Of course, I worry about our future in our lovely industry, but I also worry about the world that we are bringing. My kids both have graduations, each at their different level, and my son has to go to university next year and had planned a gap year. First of all, it's the exams, then it's the gap year, and then it's the future, is that how we have to put our own needs aside and be a guidance to the youngsters that are going to experience this world as it is right now and in the future.
So what are your 3 daily essentials now in this situation?
Well, first, I already told you my little vice. That's the coffee. I have an espresso maker, so that cappuccino, that little sense of luxury. I have one of the essentials is I have like a meditation pillow that I sit at. As you already know, I am talkative and lively and everything, but I also need to find the sense of belonging and sense of self. So I now have those 30 minutes where I sit on that pillow and do nothing but, think, reflect. Sometimes it's getting rid of bad thinking, that spiraling. And sometimes it's just the focus. So one thing is coffee, the other thing is meditation, and then it's also about jotting down each day what chores I want to get done by the end of day, so I feel a sense of accomplishment. And then I also feel grateful that I stick to structure, and sometimes it works. I mean, it's like life. My go-to word these days is this Wabi Sabi. Do you know that?
Wabi Sabi.
Wabi Sabi. It's the gift of imperfection. It's a Japanese expression where they glue bowls that are broken.
Yeah.
And sometimes they glue them with gold. So when you see a bowl and it's glued, so it's this Wabi Sabi, nothing can be perfect, but you can still enjoy the imperfection. And that's how I live at the moment. So one of the things, Wabi Sabi.
Wabi Sabi. I'm going to Google that.
The gift of imperfection. It's kind of like, oh, never mind. But Wabi Sabi kind of sounds more fun.
And so have you come to any kind of realizations about yourself in this time that you've had?
Well, you know what? We would need 2 hours to speak. No, I'm just kidding. I have. First of all, it's gratitude. I live in Denmark. I live in Copenhagen, where we have a system that is taking care of its people. We have a welfare system, a health system that we can truly rely on. But also, when we come back, we live in this crazy world. Before, we were crazy busy.
Yeah.
And we were always trying to reach more. So in that sense, I have become more grateful. I also realize that we will need some patience. I'm working on my patience nerve button also, because and we need to be respectful that others do not see the world and the situation as ourselves. So more respect of others, because we will need that, because everybody is not in the same situation. I think you will probably agree with me that one day you have this crazy mood, you don't know why, you're just in a good mood, and the next hour or so it could shift. So we need to be respectful of how we treat other people, even more so in the future.
Yeah, exactly. I agree completely. So from that perspective, what are you doing for wellness? Obviously you meditate, which is fantastic. So what are you doing for wellness from a mental as well as physical perspective?
Well, I'm so lucky that I live by the ocean. So, and that the ocean, the sounds of the ocean calm me down, whether it's either walking by myself or I have a friend so that is my mental coach, where we discuss everything. So that is, the kids or future or business or love, everything is being discussed in a stroll. From a mental perspective, I'll be honest with you, I bake. It gives me, just that sense you accomplish something, and you get a product out of it. And then we get the lovely chance to share it among my family that I don't see. We share little, because otherwise you'll see a very different me coming out of the crisis. Yeah.
That's true, physically, yes.
So it is. I love baking, and I mean it, but to a certain point, we talked about balance. So that sense you get piece of accomplishing something, but at the other time, I need to move mentally as well as physically.
Can you give us any recommendations of anyone you've been following, anything you've started, any new habits, any books you're reading, any kind of recommendation for something that's been bringing you joy or something positive in these last days?
I get excited about people who are able to pivot the situation. So when I see people that are in challenging times, and he made an online platform where they're now offering cooking courses to everybody, or port wine tastings. A friend of mine, she pivoted her business from having canteens to now doing takeaways and the world's largest lunch for Easter. So those stories truly amaze me and make me grateful. On that personal level, I go to Brené Brown, who is a American author, also in a more of holistic view. Even as collected as I seem, sometimes you seem to shatter because you lose your belief system. So I do try to take care of my mental health. So it's a lot of, positive affirmations, and you're good enough, you got this. So on that personal level, it's more I'm looking towards Buddhism also to get that inner calm, in a sense. Before I would never click on like small videos on Facebook. I do that now. And I've seen, have you seen that video with the father and daughter who is singing or like thinking?
Yes.
I mean, I've seen it twice, and I mean, it was just clean, hold my hand.
Exactly.
I mean, I laugh. I even shared it. I'm like, I don't share anything. I'm afraid of viruses and everything. But I find myself looking at cute animals and everything. It's you need that. I mean, that sense of humor, and I'm just laughing. So you still need to be entertained in that totally insane, ironic way.
And on that note, obviously we're consuming a lot of online content nowadays. We're that's how we get our news, that's how we're connecting with people, that's what we're watching and following. So are you practicing any form of digital detox at all?
In my kitchen, there's digital detox. Excellent. So at the dinner table, like I said, I will use your term again, stuck with two teenagers. It's you know what, I will tell them afterwards. Exactly. Well, we cook and bake, and we play cards, and we play a game called Partners every day. Mm-hmm. So every day around 5:30, there's like whoever's home will play cards. It will also include a daily glass of wine, like I said.
Of course.
It's one of those things. But the thing is, it's in the kitchen, it's a digital detox. So we haven't had Flow TV for 5 years. So it's not a big,
Got it.
Now it's just common, but we do have internet. I'm not the world's worst mom. So, but there's a zone in the kitchen where it's about eating and
And just
keeping up.
helping each other and interaction.
Yeah, it's engagement. What I would normally teach my workshop participants, I take out on my kids. I'm sorry, kids. You know what?
Well, it's an occupational hazard, isn't it? It's one of those things.
It is. Yeah, it's kind of like that you lose control. So I also I try to, as an event, when you plan events, you want control of everything.
Yeah.
And but they tell me in very nice words, get a grip, mom.
Now for something, I guess, future positive, hopeful. Once this lockdown situation is over and every place around you opens up again, what's the first place that you're going to go to?
Well, of course it's the office, but that's not my answer. My answer is, this is where I get emotional. I haven't hugged my dad for months. Yeah. So my dad and my sister, and it makes me emotional because the people, we got tested for the coronavirus right at the beginning because my daughter had been in Austria on a ski vacation, so we were quarantined a week before everybody else.
Okay.
So this is we're going on the second month now.
My gosh.
So we haven't seen him. We've seen him once, handing over cookies and said hello from a distance. But honestly, being able to hug them, it's
hard.
I truly, and it's a physical sense, emotion in me that I really need to hug your people that I love.
And once we can all travel again and get back on a plane in this big, beautiful world, where would you like to go?
Thinking about it, it's not one specific place, but I envision me sitting with friends at a huge table filled with wine and good food, and that is it's that feeling that you sit and you enjoy without thinking about tomorrow, just being in the now as much as we are at the moment, but longing for that sense of uncomplicated. So whether it could have long the range where we can look into the future, but if it just means that we will have to stay within our own borders, I'm trying to recreate that sense of belonging with the people that you love. So that is definitely my ambition.
And any last words of advice for all of us event profs, travel profs, hotel profs that are in this situation together right now?
Well, I think it's like we've always done. It's a business where we have respect, but having respect and also having that, which I spoke about earlier, that Wabi Sabi, that never mind button. People are going to be frustrated when we get back, and so we're going to stop having judgment or bias. This situation is nowhere fair, and we can't talk about fair. Some people are hit enormously, other people bounce back, but there's not a size that fits all. So I think let's be human and extra human in terms of realizing that people are under pressure, and sometimes you need to implode or explode. So it's being respectful, and of course that hugging that we all want. It's when or how, or so it's a balance, let going of your fear and having dreams, but most of all I think it's about the respect of other people's feelings and situations.
Thank you so much, Majbritt, for a wonderful conversation. I had a lot of fun, actually learned a lot. You are an inspiring lady. I'm so happy that we had this chat. Thank you for your time, and thank you everyone for watching our chat. Another episode of Eventprofs together at home. Stay tuned. There's obviously more to come. There's a lot of us out there, and I'm excited to meet so many of them and share their daily experience with you. So thank you again, everyone, for watching, and thank you, Majbritt. Bye.
And stay safe. Bye.